No harm in stocking up on this, but we are going to be doing some shooting. Or we are going to be avoiding doing some shooting. So it's mostly just planning for future encounters. The way they treat hunters in this game is interesting, because they're more of a nuisance than a persistent threat unless you're frequently making masquerade violations, in which case they do attack you out in the open. And this game makes it clear that most of them are just a bunch of, like, weirdos that listen to too much Art Bell, but a few of them are actually essentially modern-day witch hunters, and some of them even have sufficient powers to hurt you.
Money,
Anyway.
right? Been a while. Your money's been piling up. Here, that should provide for an interesting evening.
Thanks a bunch. And Bach is kind of a rare case that he actually can manifest true faith. We don't find out about that until much, much later in the game, but he's the real deal. Yeah, I think Tongue actually says it like most of them are half-cocked yokels who also think they've been abducted by aliens. The real ones train in secret societies. Those are the ones you have to fear. Alright, let's get some ammo here. Let's see how much we got. But yeah, it's kind of an interesting perspective flip, because in just about any other story, the vampire hunters would at least nominally be the good guys. And here, they're just kind of like crazy psychopaths that just happen to be hunting something more dangerous than them.
Going somewhere?
For now, just drive. Anyway, time to go to the museum. Making a somewhat unscheduled visit here. Oh, what's this? Oh, okay. They changed this a little bit. Normally they dump you off in like this utility tunnel into the building. But it appears that they have expanded on this. In fact, we're going to want to save here. Front entrance is likely closed. I wonder if I'm meant to go into the side here. Ah. Due to unforeseen, though fortunate circumstances, the business of Madame Leota has been translocated on top of Santa Monica Pier. Okay. Interesting. Translocated is an interesting term for that. It's almost like it just magically warped there. Alright. Book long-standing tradition of human sacrifice. Awesome! This is going to be a very educational trip here. Okay. Alright, so we can't go in there. Alright, so I think this is getting us to where you normally start. It's actually kind of nuts that you walk in through the front door. Like, I assumed that, if anything else, would be wired up with alarms. The guards would know right away if it was opened. Yeah, our main and pretty much only goal here is to get to the Ankaran sarcophagus, although it's not really clear how we're supposed to get it out. Oh, Jesus Christ. Fuck. Oh, I forgot about this. There's a note explaining this, too. Damn funny. You scared the crap out of the cleaning crew. Now, would you put the damn raptor back in its exhibit? Oh, and don't leave your keys lying around or Marshall will fire your ass. Yeah, so that's just a cute little jump scare. The nice little story behind it. And, you know, at this point of the game, you've already seen You've already seen a variety of supernatural things that no one really told you about. So there is always the possibility that you're like, oh, okay, I guess dinosaurs are real too. What the fuck? For like a half second of a jump scare. It's just a cute little touch that brings a little life to the level. Because, yeah, for the most part, we're going to be creeping around corners and watching for security cameras. You know what? It would not shock me if there's some secret history of dinosaurs that applies specifically to vampire lore. Like they actually do exist or something. They still exist, sorry, is what I meant. Some maniac has a private reserve of them. Somehow we got vampire raptors. The similarly occult RPG Nephilim Chronicles of the Awakening. Oh, man. You know what? I've actually heard of that, but I haven't heard much about it. Oh, boy. Guard coming this way. Dinosaurs were an ancient, advanced society that created the nexus of the Black Moon Mana. They blew themselves up. Okay, that rules. I love that. Kind of like in Chrono Trigger, where they're actually like a society of humanoid reptiles. They had like psychic powers and such, but the fall of Lavos exterminated them and brought about global cooling in the aftermath. I forget. I know there is one thing you can normally get here for Pisha. I don't know if there's any other special items. A rock fell and they died, exactly. Oh god, okay, yeah, no. What the fuck was that? Oh, no, no. Bad security guard, don't come this way. Alright, we need to hide. But, seriously, what was that noise? Am I going crazy? Or is that just some exhibit noise? They don't feature much in World of Darkness because of the biblical nature of the narrative. Eh, that makes sense. There would be much to add there, I assume. Okay. If I remember right, I think there's a vent in here that leads... Oh boy, okay. No, no. Don't interrupt the guard while he's relieving himself. I believe the vent here leads to the security room, as is common in museum design, pardon me. Yes, here we go. Oh shit, no, that's right on top of him. I think this is how we unlock the way down. Missing security, lost and found, missing children. When's a better time to give a guard a kiss than when he has his pants down? Alright, here we go. Email. I love Gabe. Cute. Alright. Okay, just a reminder, Dr. Anders Johansson, aka the sarcophagus guy, will be working at the museum for the next few days. Show him the professional courtesy we show all our guests. Alright, next. That statue on Daryl's workstation is creeping me out. I was working late the other night and I swear I thought it moved. This is another gag, is it? If it is, I don't think it's money. Alright, MAV has detected a virus in the attachment of this message. Virus has been quarantined. Okay, virus alert readme. Okay, those keys you found? They're Larry's. I'll tell him how you left them in the lost and found. Alright. Sales. Skill too low. 6, huh? Do we have enough to level that up? Security, lockpicking, stealth, sneaking, computer... Not quite enough. Hang on a second. Hack everything! Griff, there we are. View. Sales figures are unavailable at this time. Fantastic! That was a productive use of my blood. I suppose it's not technically my blood. Alright. So, keys are in Lost and Found. Let's see if we can get behind this guy without being spotted. Fuck. We need the keys to Lost and Found to get the keys from Oh wait, hang on a second. if we do this? Maybe he can open the door. Yeah, I suppose. Did Auspex reset? Okay, not making enough noise for this guy's attention. Hold on a second. I was gonna say... Yeah, that was a very uncurious guard. Damn. Sometimes vent covers become climbable surfaces, but some do not. We'll just have to make do. Giving everything a strong survival instinct. Yeah, that's fair. Probably a case where I don't know nothing, I don't see nothing is the kind of attitude that keeps you alive. Is this on? No. Hey, nice. Prescription bottle. What do we got here? Ortho-tricycline. Failure to take as prescribed could result in 18 years of responsibility. Oh, shit. Can't have that. I mean, I'd give it back if the game let me. Technically it does with the drop button, but eh. Actually, hang on a second. I do want to take a quick look around and make sure there's nothing else on this floor. You see that? There's some cough chicks sneaking around over there. Must have been the wind. Exactly. Yeah, one of my colleagues went out for a date with a goth chick once. Never heard from him again. Lesson learned on his behalf. She just bit Jeremy. Must have been the wind. Yeah, you need some really aggressive, willful rejection of reality to survive in this world. This world of darkness, if you will. Okay, nothing over this way. We'll reload real quick. I think there are more offices downstairs. Oh boy. Okay, is that guy gonna move? So here things get a little bit tricky, because you can see by the sign over there, CCTV in operation. This is an issue. Cameras here will see you, and it doesn't take long before an alarm is raised. Now that's not an instant game over, and it's not even an instant failure, but you are penalized for killing anyone. Oh, Jesus. And this isn't really a game that gives you clear vision cones. The only thing that happens is you can kind of hear it whir as it tightens in its vision. You can disable them, but for obvious reasons that will also sound the alarm. In fact, hang on a second. This is how we do it. Is there anything in there? I don't think so. Oh, there's a book. Shit. Right, maybe if we stay low. Hey, hey! Son of a bitch. Alright. Yeah, it's a little easy to get cornered, basically. And if you're trying to go for a perfect... Oh, what's this? Dork. Jan found them buried in the sofa downstairs and turned them into the lost and found. Stop leaving your damn keys all over the place, or else next time I'm demanding a finder's fee. Alright, so yeah, so that's just letting us know if we need the keys and we couldn't pick the lock, that's where they'd be found. Oop. Kevin noticed loot, neurons activate. Exactly. You don't understand. I saw stuff. It was unguarded. I mean, you know, technically it was guarded. By kind of a lot. But, you know. It had loot glint. Do you understand? Okay, good. He's got his back to us. We can do this. Ah!
Freeze!
Damn it! That's not fair! Turning in my direction is against the rules. Okay, museum tourists stay on the green line. Red lines are restricted to museum personnel. Oh, okay. Now I remember. These will... That indicates routes guards will take.
Someone there?
This game is perfect. No notes, 10 out of 10. Hang on a second, maybe this guy will... No, the guard was taking the green line. Shit.
Hey, stop right there.
Son of a bitch. 2000 stealth in a nutshell. Alright, here we go. Let him go get a soda. Alright, we got this. We got this. We good, baby. Personal and home security. Nice. Alright. Saved. Actually, can I disable the cameras here? No. Alright. Want to make sure camera's not looking this way. And of course now the guard's going to be coming this way. You don't see anything. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you know what? Go get another soda. I need a minute for this. Alright. Now's our chance. Alright. Oop. Kinda need to hustle if you want to beat the security camera turning. Alright, what's here? Alright, Marshall changed the code again. He's on such a power trip. I think you're right. He managed to send it to everyone but you. Again. Not that you'll ever check your mail anyway. Anyway, the code's 2358. You owe me lunch. Alright. Hey! Stuff! Actually, hang on a second. That book. Can I read it? Manual on how to handle all kinds of locks and doors of all kinds. This book raises your security skill. Your security skill. Nice. Sweet! Ah! Fuck! Alright, easy does it. Okay, anything that way? No. There is a limitation on the sight lines for the camera. As you can see, that one down the hall was aiming this way. But you kind of have to feel it out with some degree of trial and error. Shit, okay. Code 2358. Nice. Yeah, once you get used to it, it's not too difficult. It does help to it definitely helps to have some investment in sneaking. And you know, it is very janky, both in terms of enemy detection and intermediate states before they stand down. Yeah, Deus Ex was an example of it working reasonably well, or at the very least with testable parameters that you could figure out. I remember No One Lives Forever being decent about that as well, with a little bit clunkier. Hey, workshop key. Nice. But yeah, there's a certain charm to it once you do figure it out. Alright. Email. I hate my job. Oh, that's a classic password right there. Alright. Be showing Dr. Johansson around personally. Think he'd prefer not to be pestered by the junior staff. Got it. Okay, finish. Relax, Pam. I had to move the statue in another office. And, oh, and it told me to say hi. In keeping with good security practices, we changed the code for Area B2 to 2358. Got it. Well, it's just another way to get the code. Good design principle. Always have more than one way to get critical information. Has funny stealth tricks. I do like the flying jump takedown. Oh, that's great. Yeah, it's funny how much there is to that game that I didn't discover until much later, even after I thought I had figured the majority of it out. Like, I didn't know for the longest time you could Goomba stomp enemies and bring them down that way. Or the specifics of targetable areas and how that factors into damage. Especially damage multipliers that apply to the prod. There's one channel I forget the name of that actually does a really good breakdown of this. Now, I think we needed to go through Area B2, but well, I'll take a quick look around and just make absolutely sure there's nothing else to find. Somewhere in there might be the... Where does this area go? No, this might go back to the security room. Yep. Yeah, these are just more offices. These doors are locked. I can just squeeze over. No, I can't. Ah, fuck. Yeah, it's a very... Ironically, it's almost a... I hesitate to use the word realistic, but it is an almost plausible detection time from... Camera spots you to security going apeshit. Because, yeah, realistically, if a guard saw something that looked like an intruder or someone behaving strangely in an area where they shouldn't, they would absolutely raise the alarm and all hell would break loose. Or at the very least, they'd send someone to investigate. There wouldn't really be an intermediate state. The catch is, this makes for somewhat frustrating gameplay if you're trying to stay quiet. But yeah, once you guess how they work, and they do otherwise basically work like video game-ass security cameras, it's not too hard. Ah, shit. No, I heard that. Someone heard me. But I do feel like you could build a game with a semi-realistic approach to stealth that did something like this, but still made it somewhat fair, where you didn't really get a lot of grace period, and any disturbance would eventually be investigated by security, if not immediately investigated. You needed a way to have a backstop for the player. Oh, fuck. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. This might be a bug because these are normally supposed to move up and down. And I think, depending on how often you quick save or quick load, it's possible that that freezes them in place. Now, there's a way to disable them, but it is a bit loud. So yeah, I had hoped the patch would address this. Apparently it has not. Believe. There we go. Ah! Right. So I like how punching a electrical panel there didn't electrocute us. So yeah, now we can very carefully navigate our way through here. Easy does it. Actually, is there anything over this way? I know the security guys come out through here. Yeah, basically if you sound the alarm, those doors open up and they come out guns blazing. Alright, let's look around. Easy does it. Oh, shit. We have been preempted.
I can't understand why someone would go through the trouble of stealing a box with a very ancient corpse. This city's not that dull.
Beckett, we meet again. Yeah, what are you doing here?
I'm an archaeologist, so I thought I'd indulge in a quick study of this Ankaran sarcophagus everyone's so riled up about. My guess, from what I've read about it, is that it's a mummified Mesopotamian king. I needed confirmation.
Huh. Did you get to examine it at all?
Oh, I really wish I had. All this speculation about the sarcophagus containing an antediluvian and being a portent of Gehenna is making me cringe. These are the kinds of ridiculous, superstitious assumptions I came here to debunk.
Right. Gehenna?
Armageddon, doomsday, the end of all kindred. It's a common facet of most mythologies. Fear that the world will end. Many believe Cain and the antediluvians will return to consume or destroy all kindred. I wholeheartedly disagree.
Antediluvians?
No one I know has ever met one. But each of the clans and their bloodlines supposedly trace their origin to an original vampire.
There's no way a vampire bigger than me could
Antediluvian.
exist.
Some swear these grandsires still exist into the present. But then, kindred and kind believe a lot of strange things.
Okay, hear me out. Is there a vampire powerful enough to make a burrito so hot he can't eat it? Trick question. Vampire wouldn't be able to eat a burrito. There you go. Yeah, and Cain?
Cain is the biblical first kindred and founder of the mythological first city, Enoch, a place where kindred and kind coexisted. I believe Cain's a figure concocted to personify the transition from nomadic society to agrarian society. That myth, like most, has been twisted by time.
Warframe features 2000 era stealth missions. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I understand that game kind of has, like, sort of detection mechanics, and it's more that just the general focus of the game is more on fast-paced action, so it's less of an issue. But occasionally, there are options where you can approach a mission stealthily or approach your enemies without them noticing you at first. Anyway, are there any other signs of Gehenna?
What prophecy doesn't have vague apocryphal signs? Let's see. The usual ones cited are the appearance of thin
Doing a
bloods,
rescue mission with a
Cain
guarantee of
sightings,
guards.
doom, gloom, that route.
Alright. Can you tell me more about Thin Bloods?
Thin bloods rarely exhibit features or powers of their clan, and many can't embrace. Some are even rumored to have reproduced. Many kindred are terrified that their weak blood heralds the dissipation of every bloodline. Somewhat of an ignorant reactionary response.
We open a door
don't
and
you
there's
think?
just a guard there. Oh yeah, that's always awkward. Like, hi. I'm just gonna back out and pretend I didn't do this. Why don't you believe in Gehenna?
As I said, many cultures have the fear of some form of apocalypse. Kindred believed in these stories when they were human, and naturally carried them over into kindred myth. But it doesn't take a supernatural act to cause widespread destruction. Humans and kindred are just as capable of managing their own destruction as a deity. A self-realized Gehenna warrants more vigilance than a god-induced one, don't you agree? Such is my argument, which so frequently falls on deaf
So I
ears.
reflexively shoot him and all hell breaks loose. So yeah, Beckett's another interesting case where he's approaching with this... He's approaching the broader condition of vampirism from a kind of scientific method, a scientific perspective, only his is more historical focused. He's trying to get to the origin of vampirism and where the various clans and bloodlines separated, and doing this with an understanding and belief that Cain and biblical stories of vampirism are essentially myth. Now, in World of Darkness, obviously they are real. Cain is real. He's the first vampire, and it all kind of comes from him. But it is more myth than fact in World of Darkness, and it's not something the average participant, let's say, really understands as fact. Anyway, this is all fascinating stuff. How long have you been studying Kindred lore?
For 300 years, I've been trying to determine the function of
You don't
our
need to believe in
existence,
Cain because
the
Cain
kindred's
believes in you.
role the
Exactly.
world. I'm not content to attribute it to some act of supernatural biblical vengeance.
Exactly.
We exist for a reason. And if it takes another 300, I'll figure it out. Any thoughts?
Alright, so yeah, we're a predatory species like lions, we're mutations with powers like in comic books, we're the next evolution of human beings, and we're an alien species from outer space. A lot of good options here. The Malkavian options are really fun because they essentially just spout some random nonsense, like we're all descendants of the flying jellyfish or something, and they all sound like utter madness, but I think one or two of them possibly get to the truth more so than any of these do. Anyway, let's just say we're an alien species from outer space.
The extent to which movies have shaped modern belief systems is extraordinary. Still, it's a better explanation than a divine sentence for manslaughter.
Space aliens, man. I really don't know.
My sentiments exactly, but there's time to rectify that. Well, my work here is stolen away into the night. Think I'll do the same.
Alright, see you, Beckett. There we go, completed museum without killing anyone. And back out we go. Now, again, this raises the question of how we were supposed to get... Okay, the dinosaurs, that's good. How we were supposed to get that thing out of there without raising any alarm, but I guess that was a problem for if we found it in the first place. Anything in here? Just hoist it up, tuck it under our arm, somehow sneak out. Hey, you get me out of here, brother?
Where to?
There we go. Let's go. Punch it. Alright, back downtown. Okay, Mr. Prince, sir, I hate to say this, but I got some more bad news for you. And possibly worse news. Which do you want first? Trick question, they're both bad news. Or worse news, I should say.
Oh, excuse me, starting to doze off there. Oh, I need to get a guard animal of some sort to alert me when folks come in. Maybe one of them chimps like on that show Ape Detective? Oh, that monkey always gets his man.
Oh, to exist in this man's head just for a day and view the world as he does with such unbridled innocence. Anyway, LaCroix's expecting me.
What? Oh, yeah, Mr. LaCroix's expecting you. For a young guy, he sure likes to work late. Me, I spent most of my youth in the entertainment industry. Yeah, I guarded the sets for over 6 top 10 TV shows.
Yeah, we'll talk later, Chunk. See ya. Again, he's an innocent soul, and I long to preserve that innocence for as long as humanly possible. Anyway. Pay attention to the prince's body language here. There's a lot communicated just from the way he emotes and gestures.
The folly of leadership is knowing that no matter what you do, behind your back there's hundreds, certain that their own solution is the sounder one. And that your decision was the byproduct of a whimsical dart toss. I pronounce the blast sentence, and I soak the critical fallout. I make the decisions no one else will. Leadership. I wear the albatross and a bullseye.
What's this about?
The blood hunt on Nines Rodriguez for the murder of Alistair Grout will be called. Rodriguez's execution is only a matter of time. I have lit the fuse. If a war ignites, it's my head that will sharpen the pikes for. At least I can rest easy in knowing that you, my most promising attendant, has relieved me of one encumbrance tonight. Do you need assistance bringing the sarcophagus up to my office?
Yeah, about that. It appears to have been just slightly stolen.
Stolen?
Stolen.
Stolen? How? Who would... Oh, Gary. Gary, you treasonous maggot. I should have anticipated your treachery, sewer rat.
Who's Gary?
The Nosferatu Primogen. The Nosferatu were responsible for finding out where the sarcophagus was taken after the Dane, and for getting keys to the museum. They were the only ones who knew. It's obvious to me now. My mistake.
The Nos...
I want him found. I want him... found. The sarcophagus could be...
Yeah, that little tremble
exploited.
before he speaks there.
Causing who
Again,
knows
just
what catastrophe to this city. If it were
top-notch
to fall
effort
into the
in
wrong
the
hands.
presentation of each character, communicating things about them visually. The prince, in particular, is superficially a poised and classy individual, but the second things get out of his control, there's like this... It shows the child in him, this immature pest that doesn't have the power he thinks he does. Right, so yeah, I'll find Gary and the sarcophagus.
The Nosferatu lurk in the filth below the streets of Hollywood, but not even I know just where they hide. Hollywood is, unfortunately, lacking in any Camarilla loyalties. Hollywood's baron is an anarch named Isaac. Isaac's more civil than the anarchs downtown, but nonetheless, he wears his mistrust of me on his sleeve. He may know how to contact the Nosferatu.
If Kane
Find
were around,
Gary
he might have to
and
get a
him
job,
to
something
talk.
with real drive.
That
Exactly
sarcophagus can
zero.
be used against us. Do not come back until you have it. Now,
There's something
I
about
must
him, it's
announce
hard to
the
explain.
Bloodlines and bear the brunt of all consequences. Escort him out.
Alright. So yeah, because Nines was implicated in the death of the Malkavian Primogen, there's now a blood hunt out of him, and every vampire in the city is essentially obligated to hunt him down. Which complicates things just a fair bit, and it's just one of the complicating factors of the politics of all this. Anyway, we're getting close to midnight, and I'll wrap this up. We'll do a little more talking and do a little more walking and talking before we do. We'll want to get the Anarch's input on this, specifically Jack. Hey, buddy, how's it going?
You measly fuck. You got a lot of nerve showing up here, Lick.
Nice to see you too, Skelter. Yeah, easy, buddy.
You fingered Nines. Said he killed a goddamn primogen.
Look, I just saw him there. At least I think I did.
I'm willing to believe you were a patsy in all this, but I'll be watching you, kid.
Yeah. Where did Nines go?
Don't expect to see him until this bullshit is resolved.
Right, okay. Jack, get any input on this?
Listen, kid, you did what you had to do. Just a messenger, right?
Skelter didn't take it so lightly.
Don't worry about Skelter. He's like all these big barking puffs nowadays. They don't bite unless they get cornered.
Right, where's Nines now?
I hear Nines got word. I'd wager he's gonna be laying low for a while.
What do you think happened?
It's a ruse by LaCroix so you can call the blood hunt on Nines. Standard smear job, textbook candy bullshit.
Right. Nines has enough Kindred protection. He shouldn't have to hide.
Yeah, sure, but there's packs of youngsters out there who'd love to make a name by bringing in the head of Nines Rodriguez.
Right. What can I do to help?
You're just eager to please, ain't you? I could give a goddamn kid, but I'm sure the boys here would appreciate it if you kept the business as usual. You hear me?
Alright, I can do that.
Just a second. I heard you were down poking around the museum.
Let's see. How'd you find out?
Kid, you don't live to be as old as me without cultivating a few connections. The least of which should be able to penetrate the iron veil of the local Natural History Museum.
Alright, fair enough. Yeah, LaCroix wanted the sarcophagus.
Seems like he has a lot riding on that sarcophagus. He gets such a fierce bug in that powdered loop of his.
Why, though? Why do you think he wants it so bad?
I got another scenario for you here, kiddo. Gonna bounce it off you, see what you think. You ever hear of, diablerie?
What is that?
Well, it's when a vampire drains another more powerful vampire to death. Diablerie is the Sabbat's specialty, but it's a big taboo in civilized kindred circles, and damn sure forbidden by the Camarilla.
I see. Why is it taboo?
When a younger vampire diablerizes an elder, the younger vampire gains all of their powers.
Aha. Alright.
The prince is willing to tear L.A. apart to find this thing so he can have it. Why? What would a power-hungry vampire like LaCroix want with a sleeping ancient? I wonder.
Yeah, Jack has been at this for a while. And there's some subtle implications in the dialogue that while he is nominally with the Anarchs, he's kind of just doing his own thing. In fact, Stelter explicitly says he's not really part of their fight per se, so much as just off doing whatever, and mostly he's just on good terms with them. But, yeah. What should I do? He wants me to bring it to him.
You gotta figure a drop of ancient blood would make any kindred just about impossible.
Yeah, it's one of the only ways for a
Anyone
young
who has
vampire
a
to become
sarcophagus
strong.
is gonna be thinking the same thing. If
Yeah.
LaCroix gets the sarcophagus, at least we know where it is.
Yeah, Elite Vampire Society hates this one weird trick to become powerful. Alright, yeah, I guess.
Besides, getting the sarcophagus and getting into it are two different things.
Jack is very well informed about the sarcophagus, and he's curiously willing to... For as much as he is concerned about this, he is awfully willing to let the prince have it. Theoretically, because there are various other people here who it would be an even bigger problem to let them have it. But more on that much later. Anyway.
Sure thing, kiddo. Fire away. What's on your mind?
Humans.
What about it?
Do you know Grunfeld Bach?
Nope. Never heard of him.
He's from the Society of Leopold.
Ah, yes. Holy vampire.
Yeah, Zero gets it.
Staking for Jesus. Ah, don't worry about him too much. If you find one worth the shit, he damn well better blindside you or he's dead. Either way, why worry?
Alright, later. Right. Well, yeah, precisely because it is taboo by most quote-unquote civilized vampire society, it kind of makes a lot of enemies in the process. I don't actually know the mechanics. I assume there are more reliable ways to accrue personal power than just finding an older vampire and drinking them. And you know, that implies you'll be able to subdue them in the first place. Anyway, back to Venus. We should be able to get some more money. Also, I think there is another bonus mission we can get before we go there. Oh. Sorry, Venus.
Money, right? Been a while. Your money's been piling up.
Nice.
Here, that's...
Thank you much. Lets you gain free dots and disciplines and possibly lower your generation, but if you do it, your aura is stained by it. If you actually do manage to drink someone older of lower generation, you also risk your psyche being completely subsumed by the dead vampire. Ah, so they might actually replace you in a sense. That is interesting. So yeah, it's not just that it pisses off other vampires, the process itself is unreliable. I did not know that, cool. But yeah, that kind of forms the crux of the plot here. Basically, it's a mad scramble over the Ankaran sarcophagus, which might contain an elder, which most of the city's vampires, or, you know, particularly power-hungry vampires, would want for themselves or want to keep away from others. There's a lot of adjacent politicking around that. Okay, a gambit. What's this about? A gambit has been played. The king leaves himself open. Alright. What's this? Business in Hollywood. Here we go. From LaCroix, I have a certain financial interest in a restaurant in Hollywood called the Cavaletti Cafe. I've made an offer on the establishment that is more than generous, but it seems that the owners are remiss to accept. It is my understanding that a renowned food critic named Tommy Flayton will be writing an article about the restaurant very soon. Please intercept him there and make sure the review is unfavorable. Hey, as long as there's a steady paycheck, I'll help you with whatever petty business you need. Hey, we got raiders. Hey, Orange, good to see ya. How's everyone doing out there tonight? Good to see you, Orange. How'd New Vegas go tonight? We'll be wrapping up shortly, just doing some odds and ends before proceeding to Hollywood. Just gonna zip on over to Santa Monica and check in with Mercurio. Hey, King Toad, welcome to the chat. Kidnapped by some washed-up old man who put a bomb collar on my neck and told me to rob a casino. Oh, totally. Seems legit. That's how I recruit all the people for my heists. Works out surprisingly well, which is to say not at all, but, you know, not as disastrous as it could be. We love Father Elijah. Yeah, no kidding. Time to begin again, indeed.
Picked up a Spaz 15 this morning.
Oh, yes!
Oiled and just waiting to put a hole through something. You interested?
Hell fucking yeah. Let's take a look. Alright. So, we got us an automatic shotgun here. Yeah. Spaz 15 automatic shotgun looks and fires more like an assault rifle than a traditional shotgun. It's both automatic and pump action functionality. So basically, we got us here a combat shotgun, and that is a massive improvement over our pump action one. We're still going to hang on to this, because unfortunately the ammo does not cross over between weapons, but it is a deadly weapon and will be very valuable in the sections to come. So let's pick that up. Let's load up. That ought to do her. Sell this. Sell this. Sell this. Don't need that. And still can't read it. That's okay. We'll buy a little bit more as well. Why not? That's fine. Can you add holy water to the shotgun shells? Unfortunately not, no. There is a special variant of shotgun called the Dragon's Breath, which shoots fire like incendiary ammo that was kind of dummied out of the game, but I think the patch content restores it. Yeah, it's basically the workhorse of this game. Good luck with the sewer section without it, exactly. But yeah, looking forward to trying out the flaming shotgun. Because I do remember that dialogue was in the unmodded version of the game, but the weapon itself was not. Anyway, off to Hollywood where we'll park it and call it a night.
Hop in.
Off we go. Oh! Oh, this is interesting. Normally, mission areas are taken away when you leave, but apparently you can go back to the museum? I'll have to take a look at that later. Anyway, off to Hollywood.
Ain't seen you here before. And if I haven't seen you, neither has Isaac. So that's your next stop.
Right, I was headed there anyway, but thank you, strange dude in sunglasses. Where can I find him?
Isaac's in the jewelry store at the end of the street. Consider yourself invited.
Right, I'll head over there. Alright. So yeah, Hollywood is our next hub area. And we'll get to that next time. Drop a hard save here, we will call it a night. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Have a good night. Yeah, that's alright, King Toad. We're just wrapping up right now. Thanks for coming, everyone. Good to see you all. Tomorrow night we will be playing Hidden Deep, which is an interesting little 2D platformer, kind of inspired by The Thing and The Abyss. It's kind of hard to explain, but basically you're leading a team and you're investigating some research facility where things have gone wrong, and it has some interesting gameplay quirks I want to discuss. But yeah, have a good night, everyone, and see you next time.